Hello, everyone, and welcome back to AOPA's State Policy Forecast. I'm your host, Sam Miller, and today, love is in the air. This Valentine's season, I'll be giving you the most up-to-date information on the current OMP climate. With the help of our members, AOPA tracks and addresses state-level policy challenges across the country. I'll be giving you the scoop on just a few of those efforts over the next couple of minutes. To start things off, let's head down to North Carolina for an exciting Medicaid update. With the help of AOPA's Cranial Remolding Orthosis Work Group, North Carolina Medicaid has updated their CRO coverage guidelines to align with the most up-to-date scientific literature. After being approved with a unanimous vote by the State Physician Advisory Group, the policy will be open for public comments until March 28 before it's officially adopted. Next, let's head west to Ohio for more regulatory news. Through the advocacy of the Ohio Orthotic and Prosthetic Association, Ohio Medicaid increased the reimbursement rates for 48 codes and added 18 new codes to the fee schedule. Increased codes went from 12 to 54% of 2024 Medicare to around 69% of 2024 Medicare, while newly priced codes have been set at 18 to 140% of 2024 Medicare. These changes are effective as of January 1st this year. Now, we'll move to the Pacific Coast for new legislation out of California. Assembly Bill 2753, introduced in mid-February, would specify that coverage of rehabilitative and habilitative services and devices includes DMEPOS if deemed medically necessary. The bill would also prohibit DMEPOS from being subject to financial or treatment limitations. Next, let's do another cross-country trip, this time to New Hampshire for some more legislative updates. Senate Bill 455, introduced by Senator Sue Prentice, would require that New Hampshire Medicaid reimburse for O&P services at 90% of Medicare. After being heard in the Senate Health and Human Services Committee with testimony support from Sam Torres and Chris Phillips of Seacoast Prosthetics, the bill was amended from 100% of Medicare to 90% and unanimously deemed ought to pass by the committee, which essentially means that the upcoming official committee vote is likely to be positive. You hear that, folks? That's the So Everybody Can Move groove once again. Let's head to Nebraska to learn more about some positive legislative movement. Legislative Bill 1274, introduced with the help of So Everybody Can Move advocate Vince Lau of LimLab, was heard in the Senate Banking, Commerce, and Insurance Committee in mid-February, where Vince and patient Jamie Carney provided testimony. The bill would implement insurance fairness in the state by requiring state commercial plans to cover and reimburse O&P at Medicare levels, representing the first step towards eventually introducing activity-specific device coverage in the state. Now, let's travel to New Jersey for a newly introduced bill. Assembly Bill 3856, introduced by Representative Herb Conaway, is the identical companion to Senate Bill 1439. The bills, which would ensure coverage of activity-specific O&P for enrollees of all ages in state-regulated commercial and public employee plans, have been championed by lead advocate Steve Slavinsky of Boston O&P, and are likely to move through the legislature relatively quickly due to their previously successful traction. Finally, we'll head to Maryland for some more new legislation. Companions House Bill 865 and Senate Bill 614, introduced with the help of Cheryl Sachs of Bankmeyer and Encope, would ensure that state-regulated commercial health plans and Maryland Medicaid cover activity-specific O&P, and also expands insurance fairness provisions to include orthotics coverage requirements in state-regulated commercial plans. Both bills were heard in committee over a 2-day period in mid-February, and we are eagerly awaiting their decision. All right, folks, that just about wraps things up. Thank you so much for stopping by this month's State Policy Forecast. For more state O&P policy information, please make sure to check out the AOPA Co-op and the state-by-state section of the O&P Almanac. Make sure to spend some time with the people you love this Valentine's season. This is Sam Miller, signing off.